Okay, class, today we're going to work with After Effects. This is what your screen is going to look like when you first open it up. Notice up in the top right, you're going to have, or it might be in the center, depending on how often you use this, but it might be right here. This box will open. You can say it so it shows that welcome screen, or uncheck that so it doesn't do this anymore. When you go to do this, you can look at your recent projects you've done, and you can also start a new composition, which we can do an open project, projects we have previously made, which is what most of these are. You can see After Effects project is this label there. We're going to go ahead and start a new composition today. It's going to bring up another window. We name that composition whatever we want to. And then we go ahead and select the presets all the way down to the duration. Now this is the important part of the duration. This right here, notice that we have these 4 different sections. Now this is hours, this is minutes, this is seconds, and then since we're working with video, this is frames. So this is only a 25-second video I'm going to start creating here. Okay, so make sure that you select the right amount. If you want a 5-minute video, you need to put a 5 in right there. And these colons are very important as well. So, and this only goes up to 29 because there's 29 frames per second. So let's go ahead and just leave it at 25, and we'll click OK. Now we can change that later. If we didn't like what we had there in the settings, we can actually change that to be something different completely. Which we just go to Composition, and then Composition Settings, and that window pops back up again, and we can change it from there as well. So now, this is my 25-second. You can notice across the top here, by my time ruler, I have 25 seconds of going across the top. If I want to have this is my field of work. Okay, so this is important. This is my asset window, which are the items or the videos that I'm going to use, and images that I'm going to combine into it. And over here are all my different presets and effects that I want to add to my After Effects. Now this is my viewing window. You can see here this is taking a second. My computer's running a little slow right now, but there we go. This is my viewing window, which I can, if I hold on Alt and my roller ball, I can actually make bigger or smaller. And depending on where I locate my mouse, it will zoom in on that spot accordingly. You can see how it's shifting throughout the middle. And now if I want to just make it back to where this 50% here, I take that and make fit up to 100% and right back to the middle. So there we go. If I want to bring in an asset here, I can do a couple things. I can open up a folder and I can drag and drop something into this area and it will add it to my project. Or I can just literally go up to File and I can go to Import and I can go to File or multiple files depending on what I want to do, and I just go throughout my computer and I can find, and let's say I want to bring this image in. There it is. I'm going to import that image, and now if you notice that one JPEG is out and it shows you my preview up here. This is what it looks like, and that's my first asset in my document, or in my After Effects project. So what we're going to want to do now is we're going to want to drop this down into, we can do a couple things here actually. We can just drag this straight down into our work field, and now you see it show up on the screen over here. And if I hold down Alt and use the roller ball, again, I'm scrolling in on that. That's not what I want to do. So I want to fit that back to this, and I want to actually right click on this, the name, the source name, and it brings up this other window here. And I can do multiple things. I can change, I can mask, I can put qualities in, I can switch, I can transform it, reshape it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on it, or left click on it, and highlight it. And when I do so, I'm going to hit S. And now notice it brings up the scale of it. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and rescale this image so that it fits what I want it to in my entire project. And I'm going to scroll out a little bit to see how it looks, and that looks pretty good, really. And now notice I have white. I don't want a white background, I want it to be a black background. And actually, if I click on this little checkerboard right here, that'll show me what's invisible. This is invisible, this is not, this is visible because it's white. So I'm going to go over my presets, and I'm going to type in key. And on my key, I'm going to go down, once I type in the word key, I'm going to go down to where I get the Luma key, and I'm going to drag that over onto my assets, see how the lines show up? And there it goes. Now over here it shows me my Luma key, different assets I can have. So I'm going to key out my darker. I'm going to just roll that. That's not what I want to do with the threshold. I want to keep that threshold 0. My tolerance will change. And let's see. Key out brighter is what I want to do. There we go. And now I bring this up till I can get my horizontal back in there. Just before the white comes all the way back. Take up my tolerance a little bit, and I'm going to thin the edges away. There we go. There we go. We're working with it until we get the right feel for our project. And I think that's about right. Now there's other things you can do. You can do the color key here. So I'm going to drop that on, drag it onto here, drop it, and I can use this dropper, and I can select the white out of it and bring that up. see now the white's completely gone. So now there we go. Pretty good right there. We have our horse in front of a transparent background, which is important because if I bring in another asset into my project area, which, like I said, you can drag and drop into this, which is what I do, but right now we'll just do a file, import, file, and I'm going to bring in another asset. Let's see if we can't find one that would work for this project. And we'll just bring in this basketball here. And we'll open that up. There it is, and I'm going to bring it down in here. And notice that I put that below the other one. If I put that above the other one, it's a layered. So if we go below, it's now behind it. Again, I type in S, and I scale it, and I can make it look like that. So now we have our radar in front of the other. So right there is the first lesson. We're in basic After Effects, learning how to create a composition and how to bring assets into the composition and how to find effects after these. The next lesson will be on how to actually animate these objects. Thanks for watching.